The thing I want to focus on first is the question of education, and I found an interesting quote from Glenn Beck, yes, Glenn Beck, you probably don't know him, but...
I try to keep up.
Glenn Beck is a conservative commentator on television and radio, and Beck kind of posits your work as kind of the devil's work in education, as a lot of conservatives do. But this is what Beck says about progressive education. He says, progressive education is a touchy-feely idea that children need a period of self-awareness and discovery to get in touch with their feelings and have fun rather than learn anything. Apparently, this is achieved by teachers refusing to judge students' work and focusing just on their experiences. So that's how Glenn Beck kind of characterizes your work. And even though it may seem extreme to an audience like this, I don't think it's far-fetched to think that a lot of people think of your work as they would reduce it to child-centered, experience, fun, not facts. So maybe you'd comment on that.
Well, in the book that I did called Experience in Education, which you doubtless are familiar with, and
I've memorized large sections of it, yeah.
In the beginning of that book, I said, this was at a time when the Progressive Education Association was kind of splitting over social reconstruction on the one side and child-centeredness on the other side, and I was trying my best to get them to reconcile those differences. And I said that in considering the difference between traditional and progressive education, we shouldn't just take one side or the other, but we should look at a deeper level. I say this in the preface, that we should look at a deeper level where they can both be integrated. Throughout my whole career in both philosophy and education, I really strove to work on the resolution of dualistic thinking. And so to think progressive as on the one side and traditional on the other side is a mistake. Experience, yes, but experience. I hated that phrase, just experience, because experience is so powerful. And as a matter of fact, when I was thinking about my experiences at the lab school, and about 10 years later, after I was at Columbia and I wrote Democracy in Education, which was mentioned in the beginning here in the introduction, I arrived at what I thought was a definition of education, and I said that education is that reconstruction and reorganization of experience that helps direct the course of subsequent experience. So, I mean, and that's what education should be about, having students engage with teachers, asking the questions of what's worth knowing and learning and doing and being and becoming. What kind of life can I create? Those are fundamental questions. And at a deeper level, the disciplines of knowledge and the areas of study all speak to those questions if you look deeply enough.